Apply.
Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the amazing RaceFace eSport Racing League. Oh, today we're going to be rocking it out there on the Singapore track today. So this track is one of the most hectic tracks. You know, if you fall a little bit asleep, you'll end up into a bit of a barrier issue, or you might end up losing a bit of a wing gang there. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm hoping you guys are ready to rumble, because this is going to be one heck of a race you're going to be seeing here today as we rock it out. I'm hoping you guys are ready for this, because see, we are going to be tearing it out there. These guys are going to be showing us some real magic today. So I'm hoping you guys are ready to rumble. And I'm hoping you're ready to enjoy this, because this is going to be fancy times out here. Fancy times out here. So I'm hoping you guys are ready definitely to join in today into today's stream. So we're going to be kicking it out with a bit of a quali session initially, and then we'll get going as time goes. So I hope you guys are ready to rumble today. So let us actually start getting ready to get onto the track. Alright, so let us get onto it. This concrete jungle of ours right here. Right. So far we haven't had any of the guys coming out a little bit early today, it seems, as I guess most of these guys are just waiting to see who's going to be popping out early to get onto the track. They're most probably keeping an eye out on each other, but I'm sure, definitely sure, it's going to be something quite special today. So yeah, let us just get into it and looks like we might be having a bit of a sound issue for my side of the side when it comes to earphones, but we'll get that sorted out ASAP now. But yeah, I'm hoping you guys are ready for this, because this is going to be one heck of a race that we're going to be seeing today. A lot of things are going to develop and are going to show us, these guys are going to show us what they're really made of. So I'm hoping you guys are ready for this, as we're going to graft it out today. Woo! We're already getting a few inboxes right here. People are getting a little bit excited for this race. But for now, we're just going to have to wait and check it out on the quali session that we are currently on today. So if you've just tuned in, welcome. I am going to be hosting you to some entertaining racing for today. But currently, the guys are out on a shake and bake lap. As you can see, Gus is definitely trying to get himself a little bit closer to Marsh to get a bit of that toe or slipstream to say on the straight. So he's gonna just get Marsh to just break that air down for him, so he can get a bit of a better time out. But I hope he's not going to do that. I feel like that's a little bit, tiny bit of cheating on that one day. But let us have a wait and see how this is going to turn out for these guys, as they're now about to go through. We see we're in a bit of traffic right now. I would assume that's Azure right up front, in front of Marsh. That's Marsh's teammate there. And there we go. We're getting a bit of a backup here from Gus. So we'll stay on board of Gus and see how he does. Hopefully he'll give us a bit of a really good lap to say. He has been managing to get himself all the way up into the field so far. He does mess up that lap for himself there, so it looks like he's gonna definitely have to back out of that one. But actually, let's just get on board with Marsh right here, and let us see how this is gonna turn out for him, as he is rocking some mediums there. Interesting. Wow. Marsh has been trying out some interesting strategies lately. Even the previous race last week, he went out on mediums. So it looks like he's really trying these street tracks and mediums these days for initial starts. But let's actually have a wait and see how this is going to turn out for this guy today. So he is one of those talented drivers out there. Really, really aggressive on the throttle there coming out of that bridge, but it looks like he's doing quite well so far, as we see Quentin moving out of the way there to just allow Marsh to complete his lap there. So Marsh is looking quite smooth going through the corners, having really good racing lines so far. Going in quite deep into the apexes, just kind of just avoiding the penalty. But he is keeping those outside wheels and on the track, pardon me, inside wheels on the track. But yeah, so far is looking fairly good, and let us see where this puts him right there. As we see, Azure has posted a 135 after that hot lap that he's just went through. So that's gonna give him provisional pole, which I'm sure he can better himself out of that one. Oh wow, okay, we see also Marsh just really kicking it out, giving us another 135.2 for today. So that's looking fairly good for this team right here. So they should be rocking it out quite well for today. So for now, they do have provision. Alfa Romeo has provisional pole from Azure, and that second place is currently kept by Marsh. And then in third place right there, almost a second behind, we have Martin. So hopefully he'll go out there and actually try to show us a bit of something extra on the next coming few laps. So let's actually try get on board with Martin and see if he's really gonna go out for another lap on this one right here. You can see that he's already invalidated his lap, so hopefully he'll be able to put out another lap, and let's see if it'll be a little bit better than what it is currently right now. So I'm hoping you guys are ready for this kind of action right here, as we see he is definitely going straight for the pits. So yeah, looks like the guys are going into the pits for now. But let's try and see right here. We got Mackie just get onto that first corner left-hander, and then the slide right-hander, and then going into sharp left-hander right here. So that is a really, really good entry right there. Going out wide before going into the first corner left-hander just gave him a really good entry to just allow him to just get a bit of more speed into the corner going towards the third one. So that's looked really good. Really nice there, just scoring himself a purple for that first sector there. So Mack is looking fairly good, and he's looking like he's definitely going to be on fire, as it looks like the medium compound tires that's the tire to be on, it looks. So I hope you guys are going to be really cranking it out there, just cheering for these guys to go a little bit faster, but also we hope to see more closer times as time progresses. But let us have a look and see how this is going to work out for Mackie. As you can see there, Corsair's just posted a 136.6. That I'm sure that is not where he wants to be in that Red Bull, but I'm sure he's going to push out a little bit more. So currently we're still on board with Mackie in the McLaren. He's really doing his best to try and squeeze the most out of these medium compound tires and get the best time. So let us have a look and see how this is going to fare out with the other guys as he goes to the start finish. And a really good exit there. Gets himself into a third place with a 135.4. That is looking real good there for the young man. As you see right there, he's definitely switched off, and he's just gonna chill out for a bit right now, and most probably go straight back into the pits. So let us actually try get on board of one of the other guys who would be out there. So let us actually get on board with Jazz. This guy doesn't talk much, in the lobbies or anything like that, but he just he puts his foot down and he lets his skills do the talk. For the speed and driving for him, and he'll show us what kind of talent he has. But right now he's on his shake and bake lap, which is his warm-up lap, or to say out lap currently. And let us have a look and see how he's going to be able to fare out on his time trial right here on the Singapore track. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this is a definite concrete jungle out there. As you can see, any slight mistake, you'll end up straight into the barrier, which is something you do not want to end up having to go into. So far, here we go. And we see right here, Jazz is really cooking the car up a bit and getting those tires nice and warm. And as he goes through to the start finish to start his, a bit of a power slide going out of that one there. But hopefully he keeps himself in check. Doesn't go out a little bit wide, but he does manage to keep a really clean racing line going through the first few corners right there. And he's looking fairly confident with what he has done so far, going through towards this first straight. Carrying out a lot of speed there, going out of that exit in that gear 4. So he's fairly confident right now. As you can see, his race line is still looking clean and smooth going into the corners there. Very nicely done. Nice late braking, going into the right-hander. Looking real good there. A bit of a lock-up, but so far is looking fairly good. Nice and hot coming out of that corner there. That's looking fairly okay so far for him. It looks like he might spot himself into the top 5 position today here on the Singapore track. So hopefully this is going to turn out to be a really good time for him, as he has not really managed to get himself all the way up there in the recent races. But today it looks like he will be on fire. A man on a mission today. A man who's going to be able to really cook up and put some pressure on the guys up top. So let us have a wait and see how this is going to turn out for some of these drivers out here. As we see, we are currently on board with Jazz in the Racing Points. Doesn't go as deep as the other guys, but he does manage to keep a really clean racing line, looking fairly good. I think, as these guys go a little bit deep into the apexes, that's where they're going to be picking up a lot of penalty points right there. So a really hard, strong, fast exit, and that just unfortunately was not good enough. As much as it looks nice and clean, it wasn't good enough to get him into the top positions, right up there into top 5. But let us actually get on board right. Looks like Melons is struggling to put down the time there. Let's actually get on board with Brendan Pred, who haven't been on board of this young man here for a while. This is a guy, he keeps coming with surprises, to say. So let us have a wait and see how this is going to turn out for this young man as he cranks it out into his shake and bake lap there. Excuse me, but he's looking fairly good right now so far. We're not seeing any issues coming from him, so he should be in some good spirit, to say. Let's wait and see how this is going to work out for this young man as he cracks it out there. And let's before he gets on to his timed lap, let us actually do a quick boop quickly. And let's it's looking fairly good there. Let us see now that we see Azure just really cranking it out there, just getting us another fast blistering lap there of a 134. Damn, that's like almost a full second. That's actually a second faster than his previous time there. Question is there anyone else willing to push out to get into those kind of times out there? So lost a lot of speed there from Brandon Pred going into that right-hander, going out quite wide, but didn't manage to hit the braking points well, and having to lose a bit of speed going in through the corners. Really nicely done there, riding that sausage on the left-hander there, and looking okay so far. So far it looks a little bit slow, but sometimes slow is quite deceiving. Sometimes slow is the fast laps that we get right here. Oh, that's looking some freshness out there. Oh, right. Ooh, see, Corsair's retired and Marsh have retired. So far, we are looking fairly okay for Brandon Pratt, who's managed to get himself into the 135s, which is the ideal time you want to be posting on your hard laps, right? So he's got himself into really good position there, just finishing off on the top five. That's looking fairly well for this young man right here. But let us have a wait and see if somebody else will break into the top five and just push out something exciting today. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping you guys are ready to rumble today as we are nearing towards the end of today's quali session for the Singapore track. So far, people are super close, especially for that midfield, well, mid to top field. Those guys are really bringing it up nice and close so far. So I am quite impressed with the times that these guys are posting, and it looks like Mackie's going to try go out again for another hot lap, and he's going to try push it out with some softs, which should be a tad faster than his previous time. So if he does manage to improve on his time by at least tenth of a second, somewhere there, hundredths of a second, somewhere there. But I don't know. So far, it's fairly looking good so far. But if he does improve a bit on his time, he'll make it into the top three. Oh, of course, ruining Mackie's timed lap there. Oh my word, this is interesting. What kind of move is this? Is this a move to just make sure that Mackie does not complete a lap on his? He was doing so well, so hopefully. Ooh, oh, that's so unfortunate that Kus just had to do that. Definitely, it's not something we were looking for right there. Yeah, so wow, ladies and gentlemen, that is a bit of a sabotage there coming from, of course, who this guy, he's got a bit of a nerve to say. But let's get on board right now with Jazz, as he's going to try out the soft compound tires again to try and see if he's going to be able to make it up top there into the top five. He did not manage to get himself to the top five on the medium compound tires. Right now he's on the he's on the soft compound tires, which are now lined in a bit of red. So for those of you who do not know, the softer compound tires are the faster tires, and then we have the medium compound tires, which are the second fastest tires to the soft ones, and then we have the hard compound tires, a tad slower, but they last a whole lot longer compared to the other two compound tires. But here we are right here with Jazz as he goes through onto his quali lap. The last few seconds of the session right here, will he be able to make sure that he secures himself a top 5 position. The other guys have decided that they will retire for the whole entire session and just wait and see how these other guys go. So far, Jazz is looking fairly confident with his cornering. There's a bit of a boo-boo coming out of that corner, but he's going to get there. Oh, so that is unfortunate, as Jazz does decide to back off from that. Unfortunately, that's going to be almost the pretty much end of that quali session, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just hoping, sorry, I'm just getting a few inboxes from the guys, just sending out a few messages right here. So today's quali session did not seem like the guys are getting the best out of the car. The question is, are we going to be seeing a lot of performance coming from these guys throughout this race right here? So let me just do a quick squeeze. Ooh, looks like so far we currently have Azure right at the top, which is looking fairly good for himself, and he's got that pole position, so he's been leading most of these quali sessions the whole entire season, so that's looking real good. But one of the new guys to be right at the top is Koos. He's now in the top 3 position, which is quite an interesting one right here, ladies and gentlemen, as he, hardly ever see him on those top positions. So we're actually happy to see him right at the top, but let's just wait and see how this goes out for him, as he will be starting right at the top there, so the pressure will be on. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, here we go again. So far we have all the guys who've completed this quali session. They're looking fairly good. So we only have 10 drivers down today. As usual, we do have load shedding, but you know what, it is what it is. Load shedding happens, but yeah, today every driver just needs to make sure that they finish, and they will be able to make it up to, well, pretty much the points position. So if they don't finish, they don't get any points for today. But yeah, the question is, who's willing to settle for less points? And there will be a lot of pressure for the guys right up there front. So it's going to be one heck of a race that you're going to be seeing today. I hope you guys are ready for this, because whoa. I feel like this start is going to be epic. I feel like this start is going to be something else that we've never seen before, as we definitely have a bit of a question mark right there when it comes to Koos, who's sabotaged Jazz during the quali session, and I don't know if it was really the ideal thing to do, but we'll just have to wait and see how that turns out for these guys, as they're now about to begin the race right here on the Singapore track. So far, they're going to be doing the shake and bake lap, which is the parade lap as we all know it. And they'll be getting their tires nice and toasty warm. So you'll see a lot of the guys bobbing and weaving, as we see right here. The race leader, Azure, he's already blistering, just going straight right up to try to complete the shake and bake lap, or should I say the parade lap. For now, so far we got a lot of guys who are still a little bit far behind. Ooh, okay, there we go. Looks like Marsh and Brandon Pred had a bit of an issue there. I think they just didn't leave the start line, as you can see right there on the right hand side. You'll see the red and white little dot on the little mini map, and they haven't moved. So you know what? That's up to them. If they don't want to familiarize themselves with the track, it is what it is. So they'll definitely be starting when the race starts. So as soon as everybody has finished this warm-up lap right here to get their tires nice and toasty, they will be starting with everybody else. So do not be disheartened by this. We're going to be seeing a lot of action today. I'm hoping you guys are ready. Grab your popcorn, break. Just really grab like a beer, grab any snack that you need, because you're not going to want to miss out on any of this action out here today. So this is going to be one hell of an epic race on the concrete jungle of Singapore. So watch out for these guys as they're going to be battling it out. The qualification times are quite interestingly close, super close for comfort. There we go, we've got the McLaren of Mackie just bobbing and weaving there just to get that those tires up to temperature. But you know what? It is what it is. We're going to be seeing a lot of drivers making a few mistakes right here, and those mistakes are things that you do not want to see. As a bit of a spin out there coming from Mackie. Those mistakes are things that you do not want to see happen, because you'll land yourself straight up into the wall on this track. So this is a little bit of an unforgiving track, which is a street track. Yeah, as we are here right now, as the guys are lining themselves up, let's just get ourselves right there with Mackie's car right here, just to give us a bit of a better view of things. And wow, yeah, some logic to the game, hey? Ghosting right through another car. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let us now, the race is about to begin and the lights will be going out in now. There we go. So let us have a look and see who's going to manage to get a really good clear pull away right there. It looks like the drivers are looking fairly okay. Feel the spread out a bit there. Ooh, a bit of a cut off there for the Racing Point right there, but looking fairly okay. Managed to recover after that little mistake, and that's Jazz just getting himself all the way up front, blocking Corsair there. Corsair going into Jazz's car right here. So these guys are just going down the first straight, and there's a lot of tow coming from the following cars. So it looks like Mackie was trying to see if he could make a move on Corsair, but unfortunately couldn't make a move, as he did not have enough speed to go through into the corner right there. So right now we do have, looks like we had a bit of a tussle right here at the back, as we see that our race leader Azure has tumbled all the way down to the middle field. I wonder if this is a bit of a strategy right here, or is it just a thought on okay, that's quite interesting, as we see Melons there just struggled a bit coming out of the corner there, but I think there's a bit of a strategy here that's going to happen between the Alpha, the two guys right here, as our teammates, they just decided that they're not going to push too hard. They're going to allow the guys with the softer compound tires, which is the faster compound tire, to push on. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be quite an interesting one right here. So let's just get on board here with Corsair. We all know that Corsair has a tendency of pushing really hard. I mean, is really exerting a lot of pressure on those medium compound tires. Looks like Jazz has disconnected, but do not trust this game right here. There we go. Corsair just completing the move on Jazz right there. So far that's looking fairly good for Corsair. It's an easy peasy overtake, as the guy has ghosted, means the guy has an internet issue or has disconnected from the game right there. But this will definitely allow the McLaren of Mackie to just make a move on Jazz right there, and there we go, Jazz finishing the move. Azure almost going straight into the Racing Point right there. That's quite a squeeze there coming from the Racing Point, squeezing Azure straight into the corner. But looks like Azure now is going to just have to back off from that one there. And let's just get on board with Marsh, as we can see the action unfold from behind here. It's looking quite interestingly close right here, as we see Azure is trying to find a lot of locking up coming from the two guys up front here. So it looks like Azure is trying to make a bit of a move on Jazz, and it looks like Marsh is not going to be using his DRS. I would assume he's just trying to avoid having any issues when it comes to getting into the braking points and not carrying out a lot of speed there. So that should be a good thing for him in the long run. So he's not putting a lot of pressure on those front wheels, so it should last a whole lot longer. But it looks like so far they're just going to play it out. We have Corsair, who's managed to lose a place. to overtake Mackie, but so far it's looking fairly good. Mackie just posting the fastest time right there, 140.8. That's looking really good there. Look at Azure just going right about the outside there, taking Jazz's position. Ooh. That is a little bit of a tricky one right there for Marsh. He had to get on the brakes as quick as he could, as quick as he can, but that does allow him to just save his wing there, because this is becoming a little bit dangerously close as these guys go side by side on the first straight right here. Will Marsh be able to complete the move right there, going right into it? Very nicely done there, taking a really good clean racing line from Marsh, as we can look at, as we see like there. So now let's actually get on board right here. We've got Mackie chasing down Corsair. Corsair seems to be on a bit of flames here. He's pushing really hard with those medium compound tires, trying to get himself closer and closer to Koos, who's in pole position. Koos will be falling under a lot of pressure just now in a few laps time. As you can see, that Koos does not seem to have any pace currently, but he is on the softer compound tires, which should allow him to have more pace than the guys right behind him right here, Corsair and Mackie. But it looks like Koos is definitely failing to keep up with the guys. It looks like Quentin had a bit of a boo-boo right there in sector 1. So far we're getting some yellow flags, but we're gonna have to wait and see how he does. Maybe he just hit the wall, lack of focus most probably, but yeah, it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, so as the race has unfolded, it seems like we had a bit of a clean start so far. Unfortunately, it looks like Quentin had to take a dive into a bit of a wall. Oof, those times are fairly close. Took a dive into the wall on the beginning stages and had to change through to harder compound tires just to allow him to go all the way throughout the race. Ooh, that's going to be an interesting battle there, going on to side by side. Ooh, the Red Bull, of course, they had to take a bit of a break there. And we see Mellon's getting a penalty there, and see now Mackie's going to be able to make a move, a bit of DRS, allowing him for extra speed. That goes side by side into the corner, and then Corsair going out wide. Oh, that's Corsair, sorry there, and Corsair trying to also see if he's going to be able to make a move on that Mercedes car. But so far it's looking fairly good for Mackie right here. He's managed to pull away, but yeah, here we go again. Ooh, oh, that is so unfortunate, as Corsair tried to squeeze himself straight into that corner, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my word. Wow, we had a bit of a battle there. Corsair was just not willing to back out of that corner. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be quite rough, as we're currently under virtual safety car for now. So okay, that was an interesting one right there, ladies and gentlemen. Very interesting, as we see that Brennan Pred has gotten a drive-through penalty for speeding under a virtual safety car. He was supposed to stay under a specific speed. Ooh, there we go. Marsh getting a bit of a shake and bake, managing to keep the car all together. So yeah, no, well done there from Marsh, getting the car back into shape. But yeah, let us have a look and see. Will Marsh's charge be able to carry out what he wants to do, is to overtake Koos. Koos seems to definitely have lost a lot of pace. Looks like those soft compound tires are not the ideal ones right here. So the strat for today's race will definitely be looking at medium and hard compound tires, as we have our fast driver Azure just trailing right there in the midfield. Ooh, a bit of contact there coming from Marsh and Koos. Definitely Marsh would have lost a bit of his wing there, as we can see Marsh is really sending it, and he has his fuel mixture enriched there. So that's going to be one of an interesting thing that's going to be unfolding towards the very end of the race, as he might run out of fuel if he does carry on with this with the rich mixture. Oh, there we go. We see we might have a move here coming from Marsh, going through the second straight, the middle straight of the track. Will be able to complete the move as he goes on right on the outside, and he locks up a little bit side by side to go through the corner. It's looking really good there. Keep completing the move nice and swiftly coming from Marsh. That is a really, really nice, good looking overtake there. This young man is really showing us some really good action there. Gus had no chance at coming back with that one, as he did not have the proper pace to go right through into this. So I hope this guy will be able to go out onto the track and decide to just change his tires up a bit. But yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, wow, what a race. Right here, let's just get on board right here with Azure really on the move right here, taking that place away from Martin. And Azure, he is 10 seconds away from Marsh, his teammates, but we'll just have to see how he does, because he is a fast driver. He might actually start getting the hammer on and managing to get himself all the way up top fairly easily. So let us have a look and see how that's going to turn out for him. So as you see right there, we've got guys who have already now went into the pits. The guys who are with the soft compound tires have went into the pits, and now they've taken the medium compound tires, which has proven so far to be the faster compound tire. Ooh, we are seeing some real hot flying laps coming from Mellons there. He's doing super well for himself so far. So that we'd like to see more of that coming from the young man, but we'd like to see him side by side with the other racers as the race progresses. So far everything is looking fairly okay. The only person right now who has DNF'd is Cos Air, as they were in a bit of a tussle action side by side going through one of the tight corners. But that is so unfortunate for Corsair. He had to DNF so early on during the race right here on the Singapore track. So, wow, ladies and gentlemen, this is, it has turned out to be an interesting race. The question is now, it's a matter of who can catch who. So let us actually get on board right here with Jazz, the guy who's been showing a bit of a touch with the concrete barrier right there, but he's been showing a bit of potential, but he's not really pushing as much as we know he can push. Is he just playing the game of just saving up the tires so far? But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully this is going to turn out to be one interesting race, as we have Zhou 10 seconds right behind his teammates. That time is definitely starting to get less and less and less. So Zhou is catching up to his teammates so far, it looks. Yeah, so Jazz is one of those drivers. He's quite smooth at going through the corners, but doesn't really pick up a lot of speed going out on the exits right there. He has a really good entry going through corners, but the speed is a bit of an issue so far. So hopefully this will turn out to be going out a little bit wide there, trying to keep that high speed on that medium speed left-hander, but going out of that exit, it looked fairly close going towards the wall. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are really enjoying this out here. So wow, we just had a DNF from Corsair. It's so unfortunate. He was showing us so much action. We're seeing so much from this young man. Ooh, Azure going fastest for 140.086. That is a blistering time. So definitely we'll be seeing Israel going deep down below the 140s. So I hope you guys are ready for this, because this is going to be one heck of an interesting race tonight. So wow, Singapore track, if you don't focus, it'll catch you off guard. It'll definitely catch you off guard, and you'll land up straight into that wall. as we're looking at the intervals right now, ladies and gentlemen, you can see Azure is now 9 seconds away from Marsh. Ooh. Oh, that's we got yellow flags in the third sector. I wonder what has happened to Brendan Pred, as he most probably was him. He was in the third sector right there. So seemed like he might have had a bit of a squabble with the track there. But so far we're looking at Azure is catching. Ooh, Azure catching a 3-second penalty there. That is not going to be great for him as he goes towards the finish. But yeah, we see Mars they catching up slowly but surely to Mackie, but Mackie managing to start pulling away just a tiny TD pad, tad a bit. So yeah, that's gonna look fairly good for Mackie, as he's now positioned himself into a really good position to make sure that he can easily have an easy peasy pole position. So hopefully he can keep up with the speed and keep Marsh away without having to get any penalties. Ooh, looks like we're gonna be having a bit of a DNF right there coming from Martin. Oh my word, I wonder what happened to Martin there. Martin must have lost control of his car at the start finish. Right now, we're going to be under the safety car and ladies and gentlemen. Wow, wow, wow. I hope we're gonna get to see this incident a bit. Yeah, I think he had a bit of a terrible exit coming out of this one right here. But oh my word, ladies and gentlemen, that is whew, interesting today as we are under a safety car. Initially, we had a virtual safety car under that hectic accident for Corsair, but right now we're straight into a safety car. This should help some of these drivers catch up a bit of time with their rivals. So this is going to become an interesting restart of the race. As you can see right there, the race leader has decided he's going to go straight into the pits and go for the hard compound tires. As you see, the Alphas are already also going straight into the pits to double stack for the hard compound tires also. So this is going to turn out to be quite well for these guys. As ooh, that's interesting. So we have Azure going out for a set of medium compound tires. So this should give him a bit of an edge when the race restarts, as he will be on the faster compound tires. So I hope this works out for this young man. But yeah, so we see Koos not going out to get any set of tires. Oh, Koos actually does go out and goes for soft compound tires. Interesting strategy there coming from Koos. I would expect him to at least take the medium compound tires, but he goes out for softs. And then Quinton is still on his hard compound tires. That should last him all the way to the very end of the race. And just goes out for the hard compound tires. And Pred carries on with the medium compound tire. And then we see Mellons going out for the medium compound tires. So far it's looking fairly good for some of these guys as they went into the pits. This should allow them to restart the race with a new set of lacquer fresh meat tires. So this is going to be one interesting restart, I must say. So right now we're under the safety car, and we see Marsh just giving Mackie a bit of a scare there, going side to side with Mackie during a safety car. That's something you do not want to do during a safety car. You could end up getting yourself into a bit of a pickle, getting a penalty, or maybe getting yourself disqualified. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you've just joined us today, this has been one heck of a start of a race, as we are now under the safety car. We've lost 2 drivers. Initially, we've lost Corsair on the 3rd lap, and on the eighth lap we've lost Martin on the start finish straight. So wow, it's quite interesting. It's quite interesting. So it looks like the medium compound tires should be able to make at least 16 laps. I feel like definitely these medium compound tires can make 18 laps around the track, so that should be perfectly fine. But wait a minute, let us have a look. Let us have a look. This is looking fairly interesting. So we're gonna be guys who will be with the hard compound tires, less racier tire compound compared to the guys with the medium compound tires and the soft compound tire. So this is gonna be an interesting one. Will the guys with the hard compound tires be able to keep up with the pace of the medium and the soft? We're just gonna have to wait and find out. As we see, Koos has managed to get himself another set of softies. But he was failing to keep up with pace with the guys coming right behind him, just getting him, just overtaking him quite easily. So hopefully this will turn out to be a good one for him, as we are gonna go straight into a restart of this race today on the Singapore track. This is that's not looking so good right now for Marsh, as he most probably would have gotten himself a bit of a wing damage there. Hopefully he didn't, and it's just a bit of a small penalty to pay for that collision with Mackie. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, the safety car should go back straight in on this lap. So we have Mackie, who is currently our pole position sitter, who's going to be getting a lot of pressure coming from Marsh and Azure, as these guys are a blistering hot pair and a hot team to work with. So I hope this is going to turn out to be one heck of an awesome race for these guys here today. Oh, a bit of a power slide coming from Marsh there. Oh no. Safety car going out for another lap again. This will really get the guys all rowdied up. They definitely do not want to spend another time again behind the safety car. This is gonna cost them a little bit of it's gonna cost them a little bit of tire wear and issues for a bit there. So what? As you see, Marsh is tempting Mackie to just make a few mistakes by going side by side with the safety car there, scaring him a little bit. That's quite strange, as Marsh is not supposed to do that during the safety car. So is Marsh trying or planning to get Mackie to make a bit of a mistake and go straight into the safety car? I just wonder. Or maybe Marsh is hoping the game will get fooled a bit and it'll allow him to take the pole position. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as we're now about to get into the safety car restart, let us see how Mackie manages to back these guys up. Will he be able to hold them back a bit as they're now about to restart the race? This is going to become one heck of a race right here, or one heck of a restart, as now Quinton managed to get some placings right there. Let's just get on board with Azure right here, but we might miss out on a bit of other races going on right behind. It looks like the other races are a little bit further away from the other guys, but we see right there, we see Kuz putting a lot of pressure on Quinton as they go to the first straight right there. Ooh, a bit of contact there coming from Kuz and Quinton. That is not what we want to see coming from these guys right here. There we go. Kuz managing to take that inside line from Quinton, and Quinton having to back off as Quis has that inside line. Right now, Quinton is under pressure from Brendan Prep, as Brendan Prep is right on top of his engine right there. Brendan Prep just really getting into the groove there, just becoming super racy on that one there. We might be seeing a bit of a change in position right here with the top three guys. As you see, it's just a matter of who's going to get a really good exit coming out of the corner there. It looks like that advantage that Azure has of this medium compound tires is not really helping him out any time right now. So right now we do definitely have Brendan Pratt just sitting right on top of Koos's engine. He wants that position. Oh, Azure getting a 3-second penalty. I would assume that's for corner cutting. Went in a little bit too deep most probably. But that's something to see for later. But right here, we got these guys battling it out. Koos is trying to get closer and closer to the other guys, but definitely failing. But so far, let us get on board with Azure. Azure just managing to stay right behind Marsh. And Mackie's, Marsh making a bit of a mistake there, almost costing him a bit of time, precious time. Going through the corners and a lot of speed there. So hopefully he'll be able to make up as he goes through this right-hander towards the straight. Will he be able to make a better time out of this one right here, as he does have some toe? He'll be able to go right next to Quinton, but unfortunately doesn't make any moves coming through from there. Brendan Pred also not being able to make a move. Ooh, Quinton sliding the car out, managing to keep it nice and steady again. So, another one again coming out of the corners, just really drifting. Those hard compound tires are still seemingly not up to temperature so far, it looks, but hopefully this is going to turn out to be fine for these guys. Let's get back on top of the top three as they're battling it out right here. How is this going to turn out for these guys? It's just a matter of who's going to make a mistake coming out of any of these corners or going through into the corners. But so far the guys are just quite chilled and preserving their tires, just waiting for the next person to make a mistake. And it's looking fairly okay so far for these guys. Let us actually get on board right now with Quinton, as Brendan Pratt managed to make a move on Quinton. And Quinton is just really trying to get a hold of himself with those hard compound tires, as Brendan Pratt has got that edge of the medium compound tire right there. So this should allow Brendan Pratt to just keep pushing away so far. So right here we got the top three guys just really battling it out. They're really trying their utmost best to stay right up there. So right here, as we still have Mackie, who's our race leader, he's under a lot of pressure as he uses the ERS energy, which is stored energy for the car. This is going to be quite interesting, as now Marsh will have a bit of a toe, but there we go, Azure just manages to get himself really close to Marsh, but not making any moves so far. Oh, there we go. Having a bit of a lunge of a late break right there from Marsh and Azure. Marsh just getting closer and closer to Mackie, but Mackie keeping the racing line nice and smooth so far. And let's just get on board with Marsh. Marsh has used out a lot of his ERS. Let us have a look at Azure. Azure is going to be fairly confident he's going to be able to. Ooh, there we go. Azure trying to make that inside move. Oh, wow. Azure completing that inside move without too much of a hassle coming from Marsh. But ooh, Marsh having to try go around the outside, but Azure just closes the door for Marsh, and Marsh is not going to be able to make a comeback from that one right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is looking fairly good for these guys right here. Let's have a look and see what penalties they have. Azure has got a 6-second penalty, and Marsh has got a 5-second penalty. So these guys have to overtake Mackie before any time runs out. So they need to overtake him and pull away so they can make sure that these penalties will not go right against them at the finish. But this has been one heck of an interesting race between these three guys right at top. But it looks like Marsh is failing to keep up with a bit of pace right there with Azure. But Azure is on the racier tires, which is the medium compound tires, the faster compound to the hard compound tire. So hopefully that's gonna just allow him to pull away just enough to just get out of that penalty time zone right there for him. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, ooh, there we go, getting a move there coming from Azure right here. Azure just really having a nice clean entry and exit on Mackie without any issues or disturbing Mackie on his racing lines. So that is the kind of overtakes that we want to see here, ladies and gentlemen. Question is Mackie going to contest what has happened between him and Azure? Is he going to push harder to try and get closer to Azure? But now Mackie's going to be under attack from Marsh right here. Ooh, Marsh is going to have a slower exit right there as Mackie gets a faster exit with a really nice and tidy entry. Oh, a bit of a twitch there coming from Marsh's car, almost losing the rear end, but managing to keep it nice and tidy. Oh, let us have a look and see now. This is gonna give Marsh a bit of a tow on the start finish straight, but so far looks like Marsh not really benefiting so much from the tow from Mackie, but Mackie is trying his utmost best to stay away from Marsh. Marsh keeps getting a tad closer and closer to Mackie. Ooh, a really nice, good late braking and entry coming from Marsh there. Let us actually try and get on board with Jazz right as Jazz is making a move with a bit of DRS on. Oh, there we go. A bit of a comeback there from Quentin after Jazz completing that move, but then Jazz having to go straight deep into the corner. Quentin just losing his rear end a little bit coming out of that corner. So far, it's looking fairly good for Quentin as he's managed to pull away from Jazz a little bit to keep him out of that attack space. But Jazz is still super close to Quentin. Quentin's going to have to do more than what he is doing right now to keep Jazz away. So far, it's looking fairly okay. As we see right there, we have Melons here, who is getting closer and closer with his AlphaTauri to Quentin. Now, question is, will Quentin be able to, to Jazz? Will Jazz be able to defend off as he's currently trying to be under attack on Quentin? Ooh, Malins gets a 3-second penalty. That's going to work against him as he's managed to get himself really close to these guys. Ooh. We've got Kuas going out of those soft compound tires and he gets on board with the mediums. Now, hopefully that will give him enough time to recover as he's going to most probably hope for another safety car. That soft compound tire was a really bad idea that he went on. Ooh, the racing point of Jazz. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Eddie was trying to make a move on Quentin. He didn't manage to complete the move properly. Now he's got a bit of wing damage. That's going to cost him quite a lot Now he's going to have to go straight into the pits and change out for another set of tires. Oh my word, we were having a really nice unfolding battle between Quentin and Jazz, but unfortunately Quentin has managed to come out right on top of Jazz. Ooh, it looks like right now we have Marsh really still struggling to take Mackie out. So far, Mackie's been defending quite well. So this is looking fairly good for this young man, Mackie, as he will be able to keep that second position right there. This should earn him some proper points to move him up the field. As you see right here on the start finish, Marsh has got a bit of DRS but doesn't manage to get him anywhere closer to Mackie. Mackie just blistering right out of those corners, having a bit of better exit than Marsh. Here we go again as Marsh gets another DRS zone. Will Marsh be able to make a move on Mackie? But ooh, looks like unfortunately Marsh just doesn't manage to get into a position to make a move on Mackie. Oh, we see Quest is still in the pits right there. Oh, we got Malins going into the pits. It looks like Quest was going into the pits right there. Got Malins going into the pits. Unfortunately, he seems to be going out for the hard compound tire there, which he should have went for during that safety car, but he must have had other ideas, unfortunately. Ooh, Mackie really trying his utmost best to keep the racing line nice and clean. Just going out a little bit wide on the last few corners. So hopefully this is going in quite deep into those corners there. But hopefully this is a stretch just to allow him to get that bit of extra speed and pull away from Marsh. And Marsh is still going to get some DRS and tow going through the start finish. And looks like Marsh is not going to be able to be completing any moves so far. The only thing that these guys can just hope is to get another safety car so they can go on to a bit of a racier compound tire. So far, this has been an ongoing battle between Marsh and Mackie. Ooh, Jazz going in for another set of tires. I hope he's going to come out with a really good set of tires. Most probably go out with mediums or softs. The soft compound tires should be able to just give him at least 9 laps on this track. So he does go out for medium compound tires, which are the racier tire and seem to be the faster tire on this track currently. So will Marsh be able to get himself into a good position right here, as he does have DRS, but it looks like Mackie will be sitting on his ERS just to keep Marsh away. Yeah, so far Mackie is just really regaining that DRS, that ERS in the track right there. So Mackie is looking fairly good. He seems to be managing quite well. So getting that ERS in Sector 2 and Sector 1, just regaining it to just allow him to keep away from Marsh. It seems like it's helping him out the whole entire time. Ooh, March getting a 3-second penalty there. And just hitting the barrier on the exit there. So this is just solidifying Mackey's position win right there for second place. And so far, Joe has managed to pull away hard enough to actually just keep away from Mackey. As you see, we have Marsh just going into the pits just to sort out his wing. This should allow Quentin to get really close and allow him to be at a really good striking distance to take the third place position. Ooh, Gus moving up the ladder as Marsh just came out of the pits for 6 seconds. Ooh, 7 seconds behind Gus. Gus should be getting himself into a position where he can easily get a win from Marsh, but then him and Marsh, they have a 3-second penalty. So far it's looking fairly strong for Gus, and his strategy seems to be working out for this young man. Hopefully it will work out for him all the way to the very end. Let us have a look and see how Marsh will do with the soft compound tire, as we did find it as a bit of a non-racier compound kind of tire. So let us actually just get on board and have a look and see how he goes through his corners with the soft compound tires. Oh, cutting the corner quite well, making it a bit of a medium speed corner on that left hander, but so far it's looking fairly confident with what he's doing. A bit of a lockup going into the corner and then having an okay exit, nice and smooth, no issues or any drama coming out of it. Getting that first sector purple, which is the way forward. Hopefully you'll get the second sector purple. Let us have a look and see how this is going to turn out for this young man right here, going in super deep on that curb right there. Ooh, Marsh getting the third sector purple. Is Marsh going to be taking the fastest lap as we come around this new lap right here? Marsh getting another 3-second penalty again for exceeding track limits. Purple on the first sector so far for Marsh, so he's looking fairly strong to take that fastest time. A bit of contact with the wall there, but it shouldn't be too much drama. Wow, he's definitely going super deep into those apexes. I wonder how is he not getting those penalties. Oh, these tires are definitely working for Marsh. Looks like Guis's tires are just not really meant for the soft compound tires, as he was struggling for pace the whole entire time. Ooh, another collision again for Marsh with the wall as he loses his wing again. This is not looking so great, and it's not in favor of Marsh's current situation right now. With this broken wing, is now gonna be breaking the wing even some more. He's now gonna be gathering some few more a few more penalties, as he will be going quite wide and deep into the corners. Hopefully he'll decide to pit on this lap right here. Oh, 5-second penalty there for speeding in the pits. Ooh, looks like the game is DNF Marsh. So far, the whole entire racing field is currently really spread out evenly. It looks like the finishing positions will pretty much stay the same. It's just a matter of who's going to be getting who's going to be getting a lot of penalties right now. So we're currently sitting with Mellons with a 12-second penalty, which allow Jazz to go right past him without any issues when it comes to penalties at the end of the race. Oh, as you see right there, we got a Joe's decided to go out into the pits for another set of tires, getting himself soft set of tires just to try and get the fastest lap. Joe seems to be on fire right here as he's headed for the fastest lap. Having that first sector purple, that's looking real great for this young man. Ooh. Went in a little bit too deep on the corner, getting a 3-second penalty. As you can see right here, Azure is a man on a mission. He's really crafting as hard as he can to get the fastest lap without having to make any issues or errors or invalidating his lap. A lot of locking up going into the corner, but seems to be fairly okay and under control. Ooh, Azure giving us a 134.9 there. I have a feeling he's going to be able to push out another good lap out of this whole entire race so far. He should be able to give us a 136. As we headed through to the last few laps of the race, Azure is just on fire. He won't be able to win the race, but he'll be getting that easy second place quite well for himself. As Brendan Pred will be able to get himself that third place if he does manage to get himself a whole lot closer to Koos. But then it seems like Koos is definitely trying his utmost best to keep away from Brendan Pred within that penalty margin time. So looks like Brendan Pred is pushing as hard as he can to actually just get into it. But I'm sure he's going to be able to push into it as Koos has an older set of tires. So a lot of meat will have ran out for him to get a lot of grip. Looks like Mackie has glitched out so far. If Azure manages to pull out a 9-second time difference between the two, which is Mackie, that will be an interesting one as he is on a blistering lap. He's trying his utmost best to push the car to the very limit. If Mackie makes mistakes, this will mean game over for him as he will lose out on that podium position. Ooh, Koos just really ruining it for himself as he gets another penalty. This should allow Brendan Pred to be right in that time just to be able to take the third place position for himself. Hopefully Brendan Pred can keep it nice and clean for the remainder of the lap just to get himself all the way to the very end. Ooh, that is super close for Azure, as he just at least needed another set of a few seconds just to make himself the winner of the race. Unfortunately, he's going to have to settle for that second place position as he goes towards the end of the race right now. As Azure takes that last corner, manages to finish in second place. Unfortunately, as he does have a lot of penalties, this will just only give him the second place position. But well done to the guys today who've just given us a bit of an interesting race. It's unfortunate that a lot of guys couldn't join us because of load shedding, but what a race coming from these guys. And we definitely are pleased to have been on board with most of these guys who have just raced today. Well done right there to Brendan Prep, who's just made sure that he's stuck nice and close to course and managing to get that third place position. That'll be a podium for this young man. I think it'll be his first podium so far for the season. So it's looking fairly well for this young man today. As we wait for the other guys to finish the race, we would like to thank you guys for joining in and tuning in today. We thank you for your support. It's been one heck of an awesome time out there. So I hope you guys take care of yourselves as we are now ending the race with our driver of the day being Mackie. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, one heck of a interesting race. Not as eventful as we'd always hoped to see it, but these guys really raced as hard as they could and they showed us what they could do. And we're really proud of these guys. They've done one heck of a great job so far. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope to see you again next week for the second last race of the season. So yeah, you guys take care, and definitely we'll be seeing you guys quite soon. Same time, same place next week, and this will be a good night coming from my side. And see you guys next week. Goodbye.